welcome to an end of year Christmassy video. This is my end of year book haul. So in this video I'm going to be going through the 33 books I have accumulated since I did my last book haul. It's been quite a lot. I blame some book subscription boxes because a lot of these have come from those, but here's my end of year book haul. I'm assuming that I might be getting a couple of books for Christmas, so I might do like a separate little Christmassy book haul, which should be fun. But yeah, there's a lot. I'm thinking there's probably books that I've forgotten as well because I just seem to have accumulated so many. So I'm gonna jump in, show you what they are. I'm not gonna talk about them all in crazy detail because, as I said, there's 33 and we would be here for a while. And I would like it not to be Christmas Day by the time you're done watching this video. So I'm just gonna kind of give you a vague overview and talk about why I got them, I guess? What I found appealing? I don't know. We'll just see how it goes. What makes it a little bit better is there's 5 editions of this book. I don't know if that's better or not, actually. But this is The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. I've got 5 editions because I really enjoyed it. I read an advanced copy of this on NetGalley before it came out, so I knew I really enjoyed it. So I was able to go and buy these 5 editions in complete faith that I would absolutely love it. So the 5 editions I've got, this is the standard edition, but I've taken off the dust jacket so it looks a little bit different on my shelves to the others. There's that one, so that's one. Then we've got the WATERSTONES edition. I really need to remove that sticker. This one is signed and it has these cool sprayed pages. I think in order of the ones that I like the best, this is the correct order so far. So the first one I showed you is my least favourite because that is just the normal cover. Then we've got the WATERSTONES one. Then we've got the Forbidden Planet one, which I really love with the blue down the side of it and the blue front cover instead of the weird goldy yellow colour. Then these two I'm torn between, but I'm going to put them joint first. This is the Illumicrate special edition of Addie LaRue, which has black sprayed pages and black and white on the front rather than the blue, yellowy, gold colours. I like this one a lot better colouring wise. But then we've also got the American edition, which I got from Blackwell's in the UK, which does import in American hardcovers and I suppose paperbacks as well, I don't know. But I absolutely adore this one. The stars and things on the front, I really like it. No spray pages or anything, but I love this one. It is taller than all the others, which is a little bit annoying on my shelves, but we'll deal with it. Addie LaRue is a fantasy time travel-y kind of, not time travel, goes back and forth between time zones. Historical fiction, but also not, with an immortal girl and the devil. It's really good. You should definitely check it out, and it's by Victoria Schwab, so of course it's fantastic. Also, this book haul is in an absolute random order. It's the order I pulled the books off my shelves. The next book is the October Fairy Loot book of the October box, and that is Kingdom of the Wicked by Kerri Maniscalco, and oh my god, this is beautiful. What? It's so stunning. Kerri Maniscalco is the author of the Stalking Jack the Ripper series, which was a series I read 2 of and I've enjoyed, but I haven't like absolutely loved. This one I absolutely loved. Really, really good. It's about a girl whose twin sister is killed and she basically goes through the process of trying to find out who did it at the same time as meeting all these princes of hell. So they're named after the 7 deadly sins. We've got wrath, lust, for example, pride, things like that. It's really, really good and I really enjoyed it, and this edition is just absolutely beautiful. Another Fairy Loot edition. This is the most recent Fairy Loot box, so the November box. This is These Violent Delights by Chloe Gong. This is a Romeo and Juliet retelling set in 1920s Shanghai, and it has pink spray pages. I absolutely love this. It just, oh, the rose gold colours, beautiful. Absolutely stunning. Really, really love this edition. This book as well is just generally brilliant. If you're looking for a different type of Romeo and Juliet retelling, it's just, it mashes so many cultures together and it just talks so well about the references to the play, but also making its own story, and I absolutely loved it. Whilst we're on the special editions train, these next 3 are the Illumicrate special editions of the Poppy War. And they're freaking beautiful. And they're mainly beautiful because of this feature here. Look at that! How is that a thing? I absolutely love that. It's this smoky, wispy feature on each book. I'm going to show you them all individually. We've also got the shimmer on the front with the title. Oh, really, really gorgeous. And under the dust jacket of all of these, they're all signed as well. Under the dust jacket is amazing too. The art, it's just, they're absolutely stunning. So we've got the Poppy War, we've also got the Dragon Republic, and we've got the Burning God. Oh, just stunning. Absolutely adore this series. This is about Rin, who goes to a military school and learns that she actually has some abilities to do shamanic ability things. That was the worst description I've ever given of this book. It's really, really good. It's a political, heartfelt, epic fantasy trilogy, and I absolutely love it. It's one of my favourites. Next up is Legendborn by Tracy Dion. This was another one included in a book subscription company, and I am really excited to read this one. I didn't anticipate this one coming. It was a surprise extra in the Illumicrate book box, and I'm really excited because I have heard lots of good things about this. I know it's about a girl whose mum dies and she is sent to a school and she witnesses a magical attack, and when her memory is attempted to be wiped, she actually unlocks some magical abilities within herself. I'm really excited to read this. This is incredibly reflective. So this was a nice little additional one to receive. Then I have An American Marriage by Tayari Jones. This, from what I can tell, is about a couple who are living the American dream until the husband is convicted for a crime he didn't commit, and he has to spend time in jail for that, and then when he comes out, it's about him trying to resume his life. It seems like a really interesting book and not the kind of thing I would normally reach for, so I think this is the kind of one that would teach me about a different type of literature that I haven't read too much of before, so I'm intrigued. I have seen this around quite a lot and I know it's really highly regarded. It's the winner of the Women's Prize for Fiction of, it doesn't say the year, but it's the winner of that, so that instantly is really good, and Barack Obama has blurbed it on the front as moving, so I think if you can get Barack Obama blurbing your book, you're onto a winner there. This book is next, The Girl Who Reads on the Metro by Christine Ferret-Fleury. I've read this one and I found it really disappointing, unfortunately, but this is about a girl who reads on the metro. She observes people, she people watches, and then one day she walks into a weird version of a bookshop and ends up turning her life upside down a little bit to kind of work there. It was very flowery and it lost the plot a little bit at the end for me, but I had heard really good things about this, so unfortunately this is one I'm hauling but didn't necessarily enjoy. It's a translated fiction as well, which is a shame because I'm compiling a master list and it will go on the master list, but it's translated from French and it just didn't quite live up to the peak I was hoping it would. These next two are two graphic novels and they are the Books of Magic, and these are inspired by the worlds of Neil Gaiman but with art and story creation from Neil Gaiman, Kat Howard, Tom Fowler, Jordan Boyd, the same people again, Brian Churilla, Craig Telfer and Marissa Louise. Those are all the people. I have read the first one, I read it on Halloween for a 24-hour readathon, and this one I have not... Wait, was I doing a 24-hour readathon on Halloween? I think I made up my own 24-hour readathon. Anyway, regardless, I read it on Halloween. This one I have not yet read because it literally just arrived this week, but I thought it would be a good one if I needed to toll over my reading goal for the month to make it up to my 100-book goal for the year. So these two I got, and I am excited to read the second one because, yeah, the first one was good. They are about a chosen one magician type storyline. So there's a teenage boy who is told that he has the power to be this really amazing magician, and I suppose the whole series is like him going on the journey to become this amazing magician, because the first one is just very much him figuring out what the hell's happening. Then I got Tilly and the Map of Stories, which is the third book in the Pages & Co series by Anna James. I loved this series and I loved this book. I have read this one already. This is a middle grade series, but I absolutely adore it because it's all about a girl who can jump into the pages of books, quite literally. There are people called book wanderers and she is one of them. Her grandparents own a bookshop. It's super, super cozy. I just really love this series. It's so warm and lovely, and I'm desperate for my sister to be at the point of reading where she wants to pick these up when she's probably in a year or two, I suppose. But I really, really love these, and they're super cozy if you want like an autumnal or wintry kind of read. This isn't a recommendations video, it's a haul, but this one, I'm hauling this one. And to add to my growing Lord of the Rings collection, I am hauling the Silmarillion by J.R.R. Tolkien. This is a backstory almost for the world we know as Middle-earth, and like before the Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit books take place, way before. This is the history of it, essentially. I am daunted by this, and I am not sure whether I'm going to be reading it in January as part of the Tolkien Along or not. It's not that big, but it's just dense. I mean, oh my god, it's so daunting. I would definitely do this alongside the audiobook, but I love all things Tolkien, especially at the moment, and I really do want to read this at some point just so I can really expand my knowledge. I got my first Garth Nix book. This is The Left-Handed Booksellers of London, and I absolutely adored this one. I read it recently. It's got yellow spray pages. This is the Waterstones exclusive edition, and it also has a little bit of bonus content from Waterstones as well. And I really liked it. It's kind of Neil Gaiman-esque. It's about a girl who comes to London, discovers that she's involved in this kind of world between worlds, in that there's these monsters coming from one world into our world, and she gets swept away with the left-handed booksellers and the right-handed booksellers. The left-handed are spies-esque and the right-handed more the intellects, and it's all about her trying to work out what the hell's happening, who her dad is, and just what she's got herself swept up in. This is another Garth Nix book that I picked up as a result of really enjoying the Left-Handed Booksellers of London, and this is Sabriel, which is the first in a series from him. I have not heard much about this one recently, but I feel like it's a book that was floating about a while back. From what I can tell, this is about a girl who has to enter death to find her destiny. I don't know if death is personified, death is a place, death is like a state of being. I don't know, I'm really intrigued because I really enjoyed his writing in the Left-Handed Booksellers of London, so I'm excited to see where this one goes. And also it's one of those paperbacks that has like a cover to it, which I quite enjoy, and a map, so yeah, I'm a fan. The next book is the Illumicrate book for the November box, and this is The Once and Future Witches by Alex E. Harrow with stunning red spray pages. This is about three sisters who are witches within the suffragist movement, and it's kind of the idea of what if this was actually a witch movement as well as a feminist movement, and I absolutely adore this cover. But the red spray pages, I think red spray pages is one of my favourite coloured spray pages. Just is so eye-catching with the red in the cover as well, just the whole thing, yes. Love it, love it, love it. I've read a little bit of this because I was given the ARC from the publishers, and I really enjoyed what I read, but I was so busy with the flat move that I didn't continue because I didn't want to not enjoy it because I had so much other stuff going on. So I definitely need to return to that soon. Then I have got Grown by Tiffany D. Jackson. Tiffany D. Jackson is an author that I hadn't really seen much of her books until probably about 6 months ago, where I now own 3 of her books. Is that all of her books? I don't know if there's more than the 3. I've got Allegedly and Monday's Not Coming. Monday's Not Coming I read as I was moving and I really enjoyed it, and Allegedly I'm actually listening to the audiobook of at the moment, and then Grown came out last month. I have no concept of time anymore, but all of her books have a theme of thrillery crime nature. They're not as much thriller in the sense that you're on the edge of your seat intense, but there's always a mystery behind what's happening. In this one, from what I can tell, the main character is somehow swept up within finding a dead body of somebody that she's been working with to elevate her career as a singer. From what I can tell, I don't entirely know. However, I think this is one of my favourite covers I own. It's so striking. Also, this yellow is unlike any other yellow colours I have on my shelf, so it really stands out, which I love. But the whole thing is just so bold, isn't it? Like, even the spine as well, just, oh, I really like the cover of this one. And I will be getting to this one soon because I really love a mystery to figure out type of book. We're on to the home straight. These are just my Christmas books left to haul. And by that I mean Christmas themed books. So the first one up is Green Christmas. This is by Alid Gallagher, and this is a really lovely little book of ideas as to how to have a more sustainable and eco-friendly Christmas. So like wrapping paper, for example, gin, napkin rings. It's a really lovely little book idea, and this was included within the secondhand bookshelf book for the winter box, and I absolutely love it. I've realised now I'm saying that I don't have the book that they included to hand in that box. See, there are books that I'm missing out on this haul. It's okay, we'll just crack on with these Christmas ones, otherwise this is going to be way too long and you'll all have fallen asleep. Then I got J.R.R. Tolkien's Letters from Father Christmas. This is a compilation of letters that he wrote from Father Christmas to his children, and I absolutely love the concept of this. I think this is a perfect kind of coffee table Christmas book. You can see there the letters have been transcribed from what he's written, and I just absolutely love it. I mean, how cool to have these kind of things, and also for his relatives now to be able to look back on this and see these little personal touches he did with his children. I really love that. Then I've got Sophie Kinsella's Shopaholic, Christmas Shopaholic, which is, I'm reading at the moment, as you can see. This is what I'm calling a palette cleanser because it's just contemporary crap, but not in a bad way. Like, it's not like it's terribly written or anything. It's not a literary great. It's just a fun contemporary that is so Christmassy. It's set in an English village. It kind of gives me off the holiday vibes, and it just follows our main character, who is our shopaholic Becky, as she plans to host her first ever Christmas and have everyone catered for, and it's just fun. I'm just enjoying it. It's a very quick read, and it was something I needed in between this and the last book that I finished. Then I've got One Day in December by Josie Silver. This is another contemporary set around Christmas time, and it features a woman who sees a guy at a bus stop and thinks he is the one, and then the bus drives away, she doesn't see him again, and I suppose the whole book is her trying to find him. It seems a loose concept to me, but I'm here for it because loads of people have said it's really good fun, so I'm willing to give it a go, and it's a Christmassy read, and it's a freaking floppy paperback. Then this absolutely tiny little thing here from Alice Osman. This is This Winter. Look how short it is. This is taking place in the Solitaire universe, which is like the same as the Heartstopper universe and the Nick and Charlie universe. I have read Heartstopper, but I have not read the non-graphic novel books from this universe, so I don't know if I can read this one or not without having read those, but I picked it up anyway because I think it was on a buy one get one half price deal, and I just thought it was the perfect kind of Christmassy read. So this is a YA contemporary, and I'm sure that I probably could read it without prior knowledge. Oh, there's actual art inside it as well. Oh, this is going to be a super quick read. Oh, maybe I'll try and get to that like over the next few weeks. Then I've got a Christmas mystery classic. This is Death Comes at Christmas by Gladys Mitchell. I picked this one up really recently because I wanted one of these classic mystery books from Waterstones that just tells a fun Christmassy mystery story. I'm sure it's not very fun for the characters, but for me, I just love a mystery and I wanted to put a Christmas spin on it, and apparently this one's a bit Miss Marple-y. That's all I really know because I like to go into it without knowing much so I can be surprised, but I'm really excited to read this one, and I think this might be one of the next books I pick up. And finally, we have Ready Player 2 by Ernest Cline. This is the sequel to Ready Player 1, which was an amazingly bestseller book that came out years and years ago now, I feel, and I absolutely loved Ready Player 1, and Ready Player 2 is kind of following on from the story pretty much as we see the end of the story, but there's a new threat in this that faces the Oasis and the world that Wade is living in, and it just kind of replicates the same story but different. So it's still the fun of the first one, but we've got different types of pop culture and different ways that the characters are all getting involved and different threats. It lost me a little tiny bit in the middle, but generally I really liked this one, and it was very fun and epic, and I just really enjoy the pop culture references as well. So I did really enjoy it, and would definitely say that I would recommend it after finishing it because I wasn't sure whether I was going to say that at the end of it. But again, this isn't a review thing, this is a haul. I haul this I haul. I want it to be noted that at the start of this video I said I had 33 books to haul. Since saying that, I have had to get up and go and get another five books, so we're actually at 38 books hauled because I just kept remembering more and more that I put in different places. So the last books that I'm hauling is the new covers of the 10th anniversary editions of the Daughter of Smoke and Bone series. These were sent through to me by the publisher as part of an ad that I was working on with them, and we have got Daughter of Smoke and Bone, we've also got Days of Blood and Starlight, and we have got Dreams of Gods and Monsters. The covers within these covers are so cool. I love it when a book does that. So it's got the main cover and then the cover inside it. This book series is set in between Prague and a fantasy world, and it follows a girl who is an art student who is kind of crossed between the two for some work that she does, and things get carried away. It's really hard to describe series without putting spoilers in, but yes, these ones are the final books I am hauling in this 38 book haul. They're all scattered around me now and I've got to put them away. I tidied my shelves last night. Did someone say messy and chaotic book haul? Because I just tidied up all my books and just found a stack that I completely forgot to haul. So just gonna haul these. These are all my thriller books. I'm sorry, thriller books, I didn't forget about you. I just, you were hidden under something else. So let's go through what they are. First up is The Cousins by Karen McManus. This is her 4th book, and this one was sent to me by the publishers in exchange for a review. This is about 3 cousins who have never really met each other from an estranged family, invited by said estranged grandmother to her island to work there. And they don't know what's happening and why. And this is about that journey, and it was fun and it was good, and it's not a review video, Beth. It's not a review video, it's a haul. It was a good book. Read it. Then we have 2 books by Lucy Foley. These are The Guest List and The Hunting Party. Lucy Foley is an author I discovered via The Guest List really recently and then bought The Hunting Party off the back of that. I'm going to be honest, I've got absolutely no idea what this one's about, and I just know from the front it says everyone's invited, everyone's a suspect. I think it's a fairly similar plot to The Guest List in terms of the structure of it, from what I remembered from when I bought it, but The Guest List follows 13 wedding guests and 1 dead body. There is a wedding on an isolated island and somebody dies. We don't know who dies, we don't know who did it, and it just paces it out by going through each character as each chapter progresses and changes narrative, and it's just really good. It's a fun, fast-paced thriller that also hooks you in. It's slow when it needs to be. It is fast-paced, like towards the end I couldn't put it down, but at the start it is slow when it needs to be. But I really enjoyed it. And this one, I have no idea, but I like this one, so therefore I hope I like this one too. Then we have Lisa Jules' The Family Upstairs, which is a book my mum really recommended to me, and therefore I have added it onto my many list of books to read. But I really love a good mystery thriller, as we know, so I'm hoping that this one lives up to my expectations. I believe this is about a place where 3 dead bodies are found and 1 baby is still alive, and the question is who's been looking after the baby, I think. I'm sure it's probably more thrilling than that makes it sound, but I'm excited. Second to last is The Magpie Society by Zoe Salganady McCulloch. This is set in a boarding school where somebody has died, and it's the investigation into whether they were killed or whether they just killed themselves or died of accidental causes. And it is a YA thrillery, merely written book, but it was kind of fun towards the end and fast paced, so I did enjoy it. It is co-authored, so we go between 2 different characters in each narrative chapter, so I assume that they wrote a character each. And that kind of made it more fun because we got to see different angles of what was happening. I think generally I don't often like that type of narrative, but when it comes to thrillers, I think it works really well. And finally, we have One by One by Ruth Ware with beautiful little snowflakes. This is the Waterstones exclusive edition and it's signed as well. This is another thriller about a lot of people stuck in a cabin that has been snowed in, and it turns out that they're questioning whether they would have the ability to kill someone, I think. The last line is, would someone resort to murder to get what they want? So I'm intrigued. I don't know if someone is dead or they're considering killing someone, I don't know, but I really would like to get to this one maybe around January time because it looks like the perfect wintry read if we're not judging by these, so yay. Okay, that actually is the end of the book haul now. I'm gonna let previous Beth just take over now. Okay, now to try and take a thumbnail. This was my end of year book haul. I'm filming this now because any other books I get will just be put into my Christmas book haul, I think. Hopefully I won't buy any more books. But maybe I will, who knows, because I am weak when it comes to buying books. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you did enjoy this video, you can give it a thumbs up. You can comment down below what books you've hauled recently, or you can subscribe to see more of my face on your feed, and just many more book hauls to come apparently, because I can't stop buying books. Thanks so much for watching. Keep smiling, stay positive, and Merry Christmas!